You can literally have anything you want. If you can think it, and you can let yourself get emotionally involved with it, you can have it. The imagination is the most marvelous, miraculous, inconceivably powerful force that the world's ever known. It'll create anything for you. It'll take you anywhere. Your imagination will take you anywhere, and it'll give you anything you want.
I have a deep sense of faith. I truly believe that when you pray, you get guidance. That you don't have to repeat your prayers all the time because God's not deaf. That when you ask for help, it's in there in the blink of an eye. That you have to let go of the way you think help is going to come to you. That everything has a purpose in your life, even if you can't see it.
The most important lesson you can learn on earth is how to manipulate energy. You have to learn how to create. Remember, everything is energy. It's the universe's job to do anything you want, to give you anything you want. Of course, there's only two rules about creating your reality. One of them is you never create anything that will harm any other person. And you never create anything that will take away from another person. Physical things are the absolute easiest thing to create, but they said you have to ask. So don't worry about how it's going to happen. It will happen in a way that you would never, ever in a million years figure it's going to happen. See it as already done. That's the key. See it as done. It's happened. There are no limitations at all, except what you put on yourself.
Imagine money standing before you as a person. Imagine it with ears to hear, feet to follow, hands to give. What would you say to it? Would you complain? Would you beg? Or would you welcome it as family? Speak rightly, and money will never forsake you again. In this teaching, I will show you how to speak to money as if it were a person, why it listens, and why it must obey the voice of your imagination. You will learn why money avoids those who chase it, why it hides from those who fear it, and why it clings to the one who honors it as alive. By the end, you will know how to make money follow you as faithfully as a child follows its mother. I know your struggle. You have worked hard, yet money slips away. You have prayed for more, but still the bills pile high. You have treated money as though it were cold and lifeless, a thing to be calculated and counted, and so it has fled from you. But I will show you a different way, the way of imagination. Money is spirit, clothed in form, and spirit responds only to voice and feeling. When you talk to it as alive, you are not pretending, you are commanding. And once you understand this, the endless chase will end, and money will begin to chase you. In this message, I will reveal 3 things. First, why you must treat money as a living person, not as a dead object. Second, how to speak to it so that it cannot resist you. And third, the reason money will follow you everywhere once you have claimed it as your companion. Along the way, I will open the scriptures to show you that this secret is hidden in plain sight, and I will give you testimonies of those who dared to try it and found wealth flooding to them. By the end, you will know that the voice of your imagination is the true magnet of money, and you will never again fear its absence. You will see why lack was always an illusion, and why abundance was waiting all along for the sound of your command. Here's something most people completely miss, and it is the very reason they chase money for a lifetime, yet never feel its companionship. They believe money is dead. They think of it as numbers on a screen, ink on paper, cold coins in a jar. They treat it as if it were lifeless, as if it had no ear to hear, no heart to respond, no spirit to obey. And so, when they beg for it, it does not answer. When they fear it, it flees. When they cling to it with trembling hands, it slips away, for who among us could ever cling to a corpse and expect warmth in return? Yet I tell you, money is not dead matter. Money is spirit made visible, imagination clothed in form.
Consciousness isn't inside your brain. It commands 50 trillion cells that execute every thought as divine order. Goddard discovered that When you internally declare, I am healthy or I am prosperous, you're not making empty affirmations, but directly programming your biology through energy fields measurable by science. Terminally ill patients cure themselves completely just by assuming the feeling of already being healed, activating dormant longevity genes. Your controlled imagination reshapes your physical reality when you truly feel yourself to be what you desire. Every emotion generates specific chemistry that your cells interpret as executive commands. You govern a microscopic civilization that religiously obeys your dominant perceptions. But nobody teaches you how to consciously assume control of this ancestral power.
Prayer needs to be in present tense. It's not I want this, it is I have this. Thank you. Prayer is gratitude. It's an attitude of gratitude for what you actually already have, so that you can learn to identify with the vibration that it does already exist and start to really incorporate and feel and experience the idea that it is here and now and not somewhere out there needing to come to you from some nebulous future.
Everything we think comes into existence. So only think things that you want to come into existence. How you think creates how you feel. How you feel becomes an emotion. That emotion becomes a vibration. That vibration becomes a magnet that attracts things to you. So you gotta protect your mind. And you gotta know it takes 3 minutes for your body to produce a hormone. Your thoughts produce chemicals. So you got a built-in CVS. You got a built-in pharmacy inside of your body. So when you think about something for 3 minutes or more, I'm great, I'm great, I'm great, I'm great. You said it. What's the word? What's the word?
Dopamine.
Dopamine. Your body is going to produce that naturally. 3 minutes or more with a thought that can activate that in your body. And then that chemical, that hormone becomes an emotion. That emotion becomes a vibration. That vibration becomes a magnet that attracts things to you. So create the world you want to live in, because you're creating the world that you're living in. So create the world that you want to live in, because you're creating the world that you live in.
Your brain has 5 frequencies: gamma, beta, alpha, theta, and delta. Most people are in stress and they're broadcasting on beta. And that beta wave is called the slave wave or the poverty wave. Wealthy people broadcast in between alpha and theta. That's called the wealth wave or the billionaire brainwave. When you meditate, and there's other things you could do as well, but meditation is one of them. When you meditate, it's not the only thing that does this, but when you meditate, in the process of meditating, the brain gets into that alpha theta place, that magical place where you can put out an intention and start manifesting your goals, dreams, and desires. It is magical, the effects, the positive effects of meditation.
I have a simple exercise I give everybody, and some people say, oh, that's so stupid, it's so silly. But I ask them to look in the mirror, especially first thing in the morning, and just look in their eyes and say their name and say, I love you. I really, really love you. And this is enormously hard for most people to do to begin with. But as you continue to do it, it makes a big difference. You see, life loves you. Life really loves you. But if you don't love yourself, it's very hard for life to bring you the goodies because you've got this wall up. So when you can learn to love who you are, and that's the way you were born, when you were a little tiny baby, and when I say you, I mean everybody listening to this, we all adored ourselves. We loved our bodies. We loved every part of ourselves. And then we started to listen to other people who told us we weren't good enough, or we didn't do it right, or no. And so we decided that maybe we weren't very good. And that's where we get all mixed up. But when we can get back to that point of just adoring this marvelous critter in here, then life says, oh, she's got it, let's give her goodies. And then the next step is to be very grateful.